Listeners, if you need good work-life balance, move to the UK. You see how little they work here?
And also, we'll have more time off when the Queen's definitely going to pass away this year.
Is she gonna pull a Shinzo Abe? Please don't get Shinzo Abe, Queen. We're gonna lose Matt for another 7 days. Big thanks to our sponsor, BetterHelp, easy and affordable online therapy. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/HAIYAA. That's betterhelp.com/HAIYAA for 10% off. Hello. Welcome back to HAIYAA Podcast. I'm back in London after my tour in Asia and Australia and New Zealand, all those places. And together with me is producer Matt, as usual, wearing his Pornhub merch. So the story is Pornhub follows me on Instagram, so I slid into Pornhub's DMs because apparently I'm the kind of comedian that porn stars watch. I'm kind of cool, man. Like in Thailand, Millie came out to see me. She's a Thai rapper. She does stuff with 88 Rising, a very cool like Asian American / Asian record label. Rappers, pop stars, a lot of people. So I love her music. She came to my show. She bought my merch. And then we started DMing, so hopefully we'll work on something together. Cool. Shout out to Millie, love your music. And then BB No Money DM me as well.
Who's BB No Money?
Another rapper.
Oh, yeah. Another rapper?
Yeah.
Hell, you got street cred now.
I know. He was like, big fan, bro, big fan. I'm like, likewise, brother. I don't know why I have street cred. You know, is it cool? Because I talk shit about people. And yeah, talking shit is cool now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very 8 Mile. I see what you're doing.
Yeah. I'm like the Asian food Eminem. Yeah. You know? They should make a video. If they make an 8 Mile but based off of Uncle Roger, that'd be really funny. Uncle Roger can start rapping. I want to be in these rappers' music videos. They should get Uncle Roger in these videos. You know? I want to rap. Give me a guest verse. And I'll rap as Uncle Roger.
Can you rap?
No. Yeah. But that's not the point. Yeah. If you get Uncle Roger in your rap verse, the point is he's gonna be funny.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be good. It doesn't need to be good rapping. I can hold a rhythm. You tell me what words to say and I can practice and I can make it sound passable with a lot of auto-tune, I guess. But yes, BB No Money, hit me up. We're gonna film something together, hopefully. So anyways, that's what I'm saying. I'm like kinda cool. I'm a kinda cool YouTuber / comedian. I don't know how this happened. Porn stars followed me. We got a porn star interview coming up next week. Little teaser for you guys with an ex-Japanese porn star. Some porn stars follow me. Pornhub follows me.
Yeah.
So Pornhub wanted to send me some merch. They sent me some merch. We got some hoodies, some shirts, and then I gave it to Matt because he's been taking too many holidays. So this is punishment. This is, if you take too many holidays, you got to wear the Pornhub t-shirt and the Pornhub cap. Yeah, maybe a hoodie, but it's too hot for a hoodie today, so I spare you that.
Imagine if I just went home like this as well, because I'm meeting Gemma and her parents. Just turn up to lunch like, hey guys.
You should go. Gemma's dad will know what this website is. I'm pretty sure. Gemma's mom will be like, so what is this what is this website, Matt? Is this your new podcast? Is this a new podcast you're working on, Matt?
It's annoying because I'm looking like in the viewfinder. I quite like how it looks. But
yeah, remove these things blocking. Remove the microphone. Show it off to people.
Look.
Yeah, so put a little like overlay, you know, and a little sound effect. Yay! Look at this. All of my employees from now on will have to wear Pornhub merch. That's my policy for my little media company I'm running. Great. All my employees, my agents, my managers, my editors, my producers. All have to wear Pornhub merch now. So they sent me this stuff, and they're very nice. Shout out to Pornhub, thank you. I'm probably the only comedian they follow.
It's a good claim to fame.
Yeah. So keep watching this space, listeners. We're gonna have a lot more porn star who are fans of Uncle Roger. Maybe I'll date a porn star one day. That would be cool, right? It's a lot of street cred.
Street cred.
You know, slide into one of their DMs. But yes, because Matt, you were at Glastonbury.
I was.
Okay, right after Thailand, you flew to Glastonbury, so you were out of commission, out of work for like Tuesday to Sunday.
Wednesday to Monday.
Same thing. It's 5 days, 6 days.
It is.
Okay, and then you got COVID, and then you were out for another 5 days.
I know.
Do British people work here? What is happening? Every time I think I've hit the limit of how little British people work, And then Matt proves me wrong.
I was really ill, genuinely. You can
Yes,
still hear
but
it in my voice.
you did it to yourself by going to Glastonbury. you know that was gonna happen. What do you expect was gonna happen? We're going to Glastonbury, not
True.
get COVID.
200,000 people.
Yeah.
True.
And bad hygiene. 200,000 people with bad hygiene because you're in a fucking tent. You don't exactly have like showers and baths and bath bombs and, spa holidays. You're in a tent, you're sweating, nobody cares. You're rolling around in the mud listening to Sigur Rós. Did Sigur Rós play?
No.
No, okay. I just thinking of like really white bands.
It is a white place, I will say.
Yeah, because we're working. Asians are working. Black people are working. You tell an Asian person, you go like, oh, Glastonbury always prides itself being diverse. But then you tell an Asian person, you gotta have 6 days where you don't work and you live in a tent. We tell them to fuck off. We are working. I was working. My music festival, 2 days max. You spend a night, it's cool, you know?
If I'm being completely honest, in the Bangkok episode, we were talking about, am I going to make my flight and all that stuff. It might have been better if I didn't. I wouldn't have got COVID.
Yeah.
I would have had 5 days just to relax and regain, my composure and everything after a busy trip in Bangkok.
Couldn't you just join the Glastonbury on day 3? Do you have to do all... Yeah, that's another white people thing. Do you have to complete Glastonbury? Why do you have to complete Glastonbury? Just go on the last 2 nights.
Yeah, but you pay for the whole thing. So
doesn't mean you need to do the whole thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Waste not, want not. It's a very good expression.
If you pay for a buffet, you're not going to eat every single dish.
I try to.
Oh my God.
I am that person. Like, even when I was in the lounge, like in the airport, because I got there really early, I made sure I tried everything there. Because I've got to make your money's worth.
The money should bring you the joy. It's not about the physical thing.
I tried every drink they had, like the whiskey and stuff. I just went through.
Whiskey and tea and water and Coke.
Yeah. And then I nearly missed my flight, which was awful.
So this is the timeline of Matt's holidays this year.
Oh,
Just this year. So the 1 month long sabbatical with the wife's sabbatical that Matt tagged along with.
I worked that though. We didn't miss any episodes.
Yeah, but okay, we had to do a lot of Zoom stuff.
Yeah.
Zoom stuff never does well. I realize this now. People click. We don't get as many views when we do Zoom stuff because I don't know. What do you guys think, listeners? I think people click into the video, they see it's Zoom, they see the shitty square of Matt
webcam.
in the see Matt's shitty webcam in the corner. They're like, this guy's supposed to have 6 million subscribers on YouTube. This is not acceptable, and it isn't. You're right, listeners. You're right. So what do you think? Why do I not get views on the Zoom? I think it's just less engaging. And it feels like work, like people at like Microsoft Teams and people at work.
That's an interesting thought, actually. Maybe that is why.
So they're so sick of it.
Yeah.
And they're right to not click because it's not acceptable. 6 million subscriber channel. And then we put on a podcast that's a fucking...
little box.
Yeah. A little Zoom call with a shitty webcam. Okay, so that's the timeline. The 1 month long sabbatical. Then the Queen's Jubilee. You're out of commission for 4 days. The Queen is celebrating her... She's been on the throne 85 years. Yeah. Very, very cool. Yeah. What does that have to do with you?
It might be the only time it ever happens in my lifetime. Well,
yeah.
No, it is. It is the only time it will happen in my lifetime.
Do you celebrate everybody being on their job for a long time? What if a fireman celebrates his 50th year there, near where you live? There's the fire department near where you live. Are you going to take 4 days off because your local fireman is celebrating his 40th year on the force? What else? And then there was Glastonbury, 5 days. And then COVID, another week. And that's just the holidays this year.
Have some compassion. I had COVID. I was ill.
You used up my compassion in the sabbatical. My compassion is finished. My compassion is limited, Matt. I have like 15 days of it. And you use twice that quota for the whole sabbatical. I have 15 days of compassion to give to people per year.
Okay.
And I gave it to my podcast producer. Not the people I'm dating. Not my parents and family. To the podcast producer. And also, I flew out to Thailand. I was like, okay, this will be good. And then I realized I've never flown out Instagram hoes. This is the first person I flew out. But I found out about this private jet company.
Oh, okay.
And they do cheap private jets. So you share the private jet with other people. That's why it's cheap, right? So we probably do an episode there. You fly economy.
My God.
I will fly to Ibiza in a private jet. And then maybe fly some Instagram hoes out.
People?
Yeah, 12 people max per flight.
Do you get to choose who they are? Or
No,
is that Uber pool, but for rich people, essentially?
Something like that.
Yeah. Oh,
but to be honest, London to Ibiza for £1,000, £900 for a private? Yeah, that's good. I can afford to fly Instagram hoes now.
Yeah.
Like if I flew them like just pure private jet, that I can't
No,
afford
you
that.
can't do that.
10 grand is impossible, but 900, to fly an Instagram hoe. 900 to for Instagram hoe is pretty cheap.
Right.
That's the going rate. I'm so glad these companies exist. It cater to people who want to fly out Instagram hoes.
Do they know they're an Instagram hoe?
They have to know they're an Instagram hoe, right? Which Instagram hoe, unless they're like a very unself-aware Instagram hoe,
Yeah.
which is my favorite type of Instagram hoe. They don't even know they're whores.
Oh my God.
They don't even know they're sex workers.
Brilliant.
That's my favorite type of sex worker. They don't even know. You don't want to have the self-aware sex worker. They're like, oh, I'm just doing this for money. You know, the Instagram hoe is like, oh, he really likes me. He's flying me out. Nobody wants to work in the UK. That's my point. I only learned how many music festivals there are in the UK after starting to work with Matt.
Oh my God's sake.
Because my main channel editor, he's on a music festival this week.
Is he?
So the video that just comes out, I'm recording this on Sunday. Video's gonna drop in an hour and a half. It's Uncle Roger roasting another couple in the audience. I had to finish that video on Tuesday for a Sunday publish because he was gone to the music festival.
I think we might unionize. I'm going to get in touch with him.
Are there British people who don't go to music festivals? This is white culture. I'm trying my best to understand and learn about the people here in your culture. But it's just extremely frustrating if you run a business.
I stand with Frankie. Go and enjoy your music festival.
I can't be white, man. Yeah. I'll just be lazy and vegan. If I ever start seeing someone seriously who's white, that's who I'll become. Lazy and vegan. 3 music festivals, and you're going to another one in a month, right? So that's not Matt's holidays haven't finished. He has more coming up. Let's talk about that. So when are you going to your next? When's your next thing where we're gonna be out of action?
So the next festival is in September, End of the Road Festival.
How many days is that? How many days is that?
It's Thursday and ends on Sunday, but everyone leaves Monday morning.
So Thursday to Monday then. 4 days. Another 4 days. How?
No, but we're recording a podcast on the Monday, so I'm getting back to London, and then I'm going to come here, and we're going to record.
Okay, we'll see. I'm sure something's gonna happen.
I'll get COVID.
You're gonna break your leg or something. You're gonna get COVID again. You're gonna get monkeypox. Nigel, I sucked 10 dicks and I got monkeypox.
God.
That's how I get monkeypox, right?
Oh my, you can't say that.
What?
Oh my.
It's gay sex, right?
Is it?
Or is it straight sex too? I don't know. I'm not a monkeypox researcher. But from what I've read, a couple months ago.
Yeah, okay.
It's gay intimate contact. So Matt's gonna get that.
Oh, fucking hell.
And then Gemma's gonna be like, how'd you get monkeypox, Matt? And Matt's gonna be like, well, it's just, like I ate some oysters, and oysters give it to you. It's a little known fact. Oysters give you food poisoning and monkeypox. And then did you go to a happy ending in Thailand?
No,
you didn't have time.
I didn't.
Okay.
Do you know what's so bad? We were
What?
driving down to Glastonbury, and because that video went up the morning of, and Gemma was like going through the comments, and she's like, "You got a happy ending." I was like, "No, of course I didn't." Like, no,
He did, Gemma. He did. When he says the lounge, we all know what he's talking about. I went to the lounge in Thailand. The lounge.
Shut up.
Okay.
I didn't do anything like that. Me and you went to a very...
Honestly, I'd rather you get chlamydia than COVID because with chlamydia, you can still work.
It's true.
Chlamydia, that's why chlamydia is a good Asian disease to get. It keeps you hard working. Why people get the diseases that cripple them? It's such a lucky coincidence that all the sickness you get, it just allows you to be out of action. What do I get? I get eczema. See, my hands are it's dry and scaly these days. It's eczema, but I still work.
Yeah.
I wish I could get COVID again, but all the illness I get is just like surfacey things, stressful things, or a headache, or a migraine where I still work.
I felt bad because it doesn't look good. Like, you go away for 5 days, and then you get COVID for another 5 days.
Yeah.
I agree. It doesn't
My
look
compassion
good.
ran out in February, Matt. Okay, so you have the music festival in September.
Yeah.
October, you're going to be in the US, another holiday. Have you ever had a full-time job? How many days holiday? A full-time job here gives you what, 28 days holiday?
Yeah.
And you've taken what, 50 days now this year?
Yeah, but I'm matching Gemma's schedule. So her holiday...
Why?
Because
let her have her own life.
I work for myself, so obviously I'm like, well, I'll try and like just match you. So whatever her holiday is, and because she had the sabbatical this year, that is why we've not done a lot of work.
Listeners, if you need good work-life balance, move to the UK. You see how little they work here. You know.
And also, we'll have more time off when the Queen's definitely going to pass away this year.
Oh, don't say that.
She will.
You know, is she going to pull a Shinzo Abe? Please don't get Shinzo Abe, Queen. We're gonna lose Matt for another 7 days. He's gonna be mourning.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, Nigel, I can't really edit. I can't open up Adobe Premiere Pro because I'm mourning. My queen, this woman I've never met in my life, I'm mourning for her. She's such a symbol of our country's autonomy and independence. I'm mourning.
I think it is 4 days mourning, and also on television, no comedy for a week.
Well, YouTube is on television, so the comedy keeps going. You better fucking have your laptop while you're mourning. I don't care if you cry over your keyboard. You better be editing. You better be making the thumbnails. Elizabeth, I miss you, Elizabeth. Click, 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 enlarge. Upload, thumbnail, schedule, post. Make the clip. But before I get to Shinzo Abe, let's finish the holiday stuff. So,
God.
October, America.
Yeah.
And then November, anything? Thanksgiving?
Nope.
Okay, good. December, Christmas.
Yeah.
And then Boxing Day leads up to New Year. So every time I skip the podcast schedule, you know why.
No, it's not. No.
So every other month, Matt is on holiday. You see how good the life is here, you know?
Wait till the film festivals kick in.
Oh my God. Gonna fly to Cannes. And speaking of not working, everywhere you call now, they say they're short of staff, right? But then people also complain cost of living is going up, petrol prices are going up. I'm really struggling here. So what's the issue there? Where are the people who need jobs? Why are they not working? Everywhere I go now, I came back to London. I bought this watch earlier this year, right? And I wanted to get a new watch strap. So I went into this shop where I got the watch from, watches in Switzerland, somewhere in Mayfair. I went in there, and then I asked, okay, I'm here to pick up my strap. And they asked me, do you have a reservation or an appointment? I'm like, no, I'm here to pick up a strap. You have a shop. That's what shops are for, right? I'm not trying to like make an appointment to browse. I'm not going to pick up that my strap. I'm just here to pick up my strap and fuck off. You know, you put the strap on. That's it, and fuck off.
Yeah, you want to be there 5 minutes.
Yeah. I want to be there quick, and they're making it sound like I'm such an inconvenience to them. Dude, I'm your customer. I bought this watch here, and I bought a strap from here months ago, I might add, because apparently the watchmakers are taking a holiday too. Who is not taking a holiday? Jesus Christ. So I went there. They're like, oh, you need to wait because you don't have an appointment with us. So I just pretend I want to buy another watch, and magically someone's for free to show me a new watch. And then I was like, okay, let me think about it. Oh, by the way, I have a strap with you guys. Can you come get it? Can you go get it for me? And he's like, yeah, sure. So they had people there. They're like, oh, we're very understaffed, sir. I'm really sorry. Okay, but I see people just milling around. That's the British work ethic.
He's taking the piss.
I just came from Japan, where they just do everything to please you. Meanwhile, in Britain, you go to an airport, you lose your luggage. That's what happens.
Literally.
I was so worried, you know. I flew back. I'm like, because I saw on the conveyor belt, the luggage conveyor belt, the tons of other people's luggage just left over. I was like, fuck me, I don't want this to happen to me.
You were lucky your flight wasn't even cancelled. That's the first thing at the moment. Even getting here is a problem. Forget about the luggage. If you're on the plane, you're like, yes, I'm going back.
I think we should take away the social safety net in Britain and make everybody work. Okay? I've said this before, but Kim Kardashian was right. Nobody just want to get up and work. Women just don't want to work anymore. I'll extend that. British people just don't want to work anymore. You know, just get your ass off and work.
But wait, Nigel, what are you doing next week?
What am I doing next week? I'm going to Soho Farmhouse. But I'll be working. I'm taking some meetings. Yeah.
Are you actually?
Yeah, a couple of meetings, research meetings for a future video I'm going to review.
Oh, so my point just dies in the water.
Yeah. I always work when I'm on holiday. And then I'm going to Mykonos as well, which I also schedule a couple of meetings. Sometimes I interview chefs, right, to get technical stuff. And chefs are way busier than me, so I tell them, you pick an hour that works for you and I'll accommodate you.
Yeah.
So they pick the time at Mykonos, I'll do it.
Chefs need to take more holidays. What are they doing?
They're trying to create a future for themselves. They're ambitious, and they're trying to make things work and do work they're proud of. I don't think chefs will go to Glastonbury for 5 days, and restaurants will just go out of business. So you'll never attract, if your music festival goes on for 5 days and you have to camp, you'll never attract non-white people. Never. You're gonna make it like, if it's an afternoon and then we get to, there's Wi-Fi there for us to work, then you'll get Asian people. And if there's a Louis Vuitton store next by, then you'll get Asian people.
You would have felt really naked, actually, because I didn't even bring my laptop with me.
Jesus Christ.
It's good, though, because your work ethic is rubbing off on me, slowly but surely.
Really? Has it?
I mean, look, it's a Sunday today. Before, last year, I would have been, no, I don't work weekends. So I'm learning.
Jesus.
I'm getting there. Slowly but surely.
Soon, you need to work through illnesses.
Yeah, it starts with Sundays.
Yeah,
then
COVID.
Through COVID.
Then
yeah.
COVID. Just come. I'll be like, just come. I got COVID before. Just come. Let's cough into each other.
Oh, God.
That'll be funny. That'll be like a COVID podcast. People want to see it. I'm here to tell people COVID's not that bad. You can still work. Okay? The people who die from it, they're pussies.
Uh-oh.
Okay?
Can't say that.
If you're
so bad.
You're not fat, you don't have diabetes. So COVID won't kill you. Okay? If you're fat and you have COVID, you get to have a holiday. Because you will die if you can't record a podcast. You just you know.
I was worried. It was the world's way of telling me I'm a bit overweight at the moment. Because when
Are you overweight?
Well, when I was really ill with COVID, I was like, why has this hit me so hard? I was like, I need to get out and like do some more jogging and
What
things.
does really ill entail? I think we also have like subjective definitions of that, don't we? You know, I was ill. My builder was ill. They still came. I'm pretty sure it was COVID, but he was like, "Oh no, Habibi, just a cough, Habibi, just a cough, Habibi." He calls me Habibi. He's Middle Eastern. It means my friend. Habibi, don't worry, Habibi. It's just a cough, Habibi.
That's amazing. I've never heard that. That's amazing.
Because you never talk to non-white people. I'm the only non-white person in your life right now. And it's a culture shock to you, isn't it? It's like, what? Asians work? What? Asians actually take pride in what they do? What? This is new. Gemma, have you seen this, Gemma? Gemma, have you... These Asians are talking about. They don't just make Asian food, they just cook for it. They work a lot. That's why you don't see them at Glastonbury. We always thought you don't see them at Glastonbury because they don't speak English. But no, it's because they work a lot and Glastonbury takes up the whole work week. So my builder cough, Habibi, it's just a cough. Just a cough, Habibi. No worries, Habibi. You can't get COVID if you don't test, Habibi. Don't worry. If you don't test it, you can't get COVID, Habibi. Don't worry.
That was the first thing I did when I got back.
See?
I need to take a test.
Of course
I'm getting a week off work.
Of course you. I bet you took like 2 tests. You're keeping one for future. I bet you did that. I bet you kept one.
I did.
I bet you bought a red marker so you could draw an extra line.
I was in bed for like a week, genuinely. Like
Okay.
4 days.
Okay.
I was in bed.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, it's okay.
You know? And then I had to remember, I forgot Matt had COVID. I just kind of demanded him to do something. And he was like, sorry, I'm sick, man. Oh, shit, sorry.
No, it's okay. You got a lot on your plate. So.
Yeah, I was traveling. My eczema was flaring up. In Australia, it was the worst, man. Every day I woke up, it was either Australia, New Zealand, and Asia. Every day I woke up, I either had a flight or a show. Sometimes both. Sometimes fly and then show. So it was just a whistle-stop tour. But hopefully this leg is better. It's a little less stressful. But Japan was amazing.
Yeah, I looked it.
Condolences to the Japanese people. You know, I leave Japan and just see what happens. The ex-prime minister gets shot. It's very sad. My condolences go out to you. And Japan's such a safe place. I walk around there. It's a beautiful place. Very photogenic. Tokyo is such a photogenic city. Every city in Japan, really, I think. I've only been to Tokyo and Okinawa this trip. Very photogenic because there's no street parking in Japan.
Oh.
All the parking's either in the building, a parking lot, or underground.
That's amazing.
So the street, like cars really ruin the view, man. Street parking for cars, they're all different colors, different shapes. But just imagine walking down the street and there are no cars parked on the street.
Sounds idyllic.
Yeah,
it's lovely.
It's beautiful. Every photo just slaps, man. So I posted a lot of stuff. I was very inspired, filming little short videos for my Insta story.
The food looked incredible.
Thank you. Yeah, food was great. You could have come. You could have
I
come
know.
to Tokyo. You chose Glastonbury.
Chose COVID and Glastonbury.
Like any basic white boy. You know, gotta do more Asian shit, man. Asia is more than happy endings and lounges, you know. But sorry, condolences to the Japanese people. No matter what you think about the guy's politics, I don't know much about his politics, but I'm sure he's done some good stuff and some bad stuff, like most politicians, right?
Yeah.
But getting shot is just not fun. You know, this is America. This is not America. In America, getting shot is just part of American life, part of the American way of living.
I take it you can't buy guns in Japan. That's not.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible. Or maybe like there's a lot of very stringent checks. I don't know enough about this.
No, but that's shocking for someone to be assassanated.
Yeah.
Where guns aren't readily available.
And it's so, and a successful assassination too. You don't hear a lot of those these days, you know? Successful assassinations.
Oh,
You always hear some guy just opening fire without a target. Just want to kill. I just want to kill. I don't know what happened in the U.S. recently. I just want to kill gay people. There was a nightclub thing, right? I just want to kill people who listen to country music. There's a shooting at the festival in festival. Why isn't there shootings at festivals in the UK? Maybe Matt would work more. If there was a shooting in Glastonbury, then you would cancel your next festival. I'm actually pro music festival shootings now.
What are you saying?
I'm saying if you want to get the country back to work in the summer.
You're that angry at me for going to festivals. You want innocent people to die.
No, I want them slightly injured. I just want the bullet to graze them a little bit.
Oh, that's okay then.
Yeah, just puck. You know, nobody gets hurt, nobody gets seriously injured or die.
And we got the NHS here, so it doesn't cost anything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's okay.
So I am pro shootings if it makes people work harder. And in the UK, I think there should be one soon at the music festival.
If that happens, this is getting clipped up.
Yeah, clip this up.
God.
Let's get the country back to work. And as someone who's running for prime minister, no, I'm not. But that should be a policy, right? Let's loosen the gun laws. If you say you're going to a festival and you want to buy a gun, we loosen the laws a little bit for you. What are you trying to shoot? Are you trying to go fox hunting? Fox hunting? No? Glastonbury? Okay, Glastonbury. Yeah, here you go. Take this AR-15. Bullets on us. Okay? That's what I need. Wouldn't that be good? Then Matt can work more, we can have more content.
I hate that every time I squirm, I'm just giving the camera Pornhub.
But I wish sometimes it would happen here, you know? So people go on fewer holidays. Okay?
I mean, it would be a deterrent.
Just shoot some people who fly Ryanair. Let's shoot those people. Not people go on holiday too much here because flights are too cheap. Let's shoot a few Ryanair airplanes down, okay? Let's make the barrier for entry for holidays a little higher. Then a lot of problems will go away. Of all the places to have a shooting, why not the UK? Okay, I think this episode will get demonetized. Well, Japan was good. And I really enjoyed it. The food was amazing, of course. Though I had ramen for lunch every day there because I love ramen. I do a lot of research on ramen. I know
Is it better? Is it better?
Yeah, the worst ramen there is Kanadaya level here in London.
Okay.
Kanadaya level, which is the best ramen chain in London, is okay, above average. But that's the worst ramen I had in Tokyo. It's that level. So the really good ones in Tokyo is like out of this world. Flying fish broth. Woo! Flying fish roll broth ramen. Oh! Couldn't speak a word of Japanese, but it doesn't matter. Love it. Japan is a great place to be alone because they have these things, nice little inventions. You could do barbecue, like Japanese barbecue, Korean barbecue, solo.
Individual.
Yeah,
it
it's so
amazing.
nice. 11 pounds. Oh, and Japanese Wagyu, man, is next level, man. There's so much marbling. There's so much fat. Marbling is like good steaks have fat not just on the boundary of the muscle, but also within the muscle. So marbling is like those little veins of fat, the white veins inside. That's how you tell the grades of steak. And then the fattier it is, the more flavorful it is. And then the better the texture. So Wagyu in Japan, that place I went to was a very nice shabu place, hot pot. Oh, it melts in your mouth. I didn't know steak could taste like that. Like thinly sliced Wagyu beef, and then it just tastes like butter melting in your mouth. Oh, so good.
It's meant to be like one of the best countries for food in the world, right?
Yeah. I will say though, Japanese food, the flavor profile is not super varied. So a lot of stuff is very soy sauce or dashi based. It's very flavorful, very umami, but I think I will get sick of it after a while, and you need to change it up a bit, maybe have some pasta, then go back to it. But I had unagi pasta, eel pasta. So good. So you chose Glastonbury over Japan. You know, you need some culture. Okay, you need to go see their work ethic.
You should do a show at Glastonbury next time, and then like spend the other 4 days.
I'll probably just yell at them. Go back to work, bitches.
But that would be so funny. We need to hear it. Someone needs to tell us.
Who are those people who go? They can take just 5 days off work. Maybe I need to loosen up a little bit, learn from the country I'm living in, and adapt to the country. But I'm trying to achieve shit here, you know. And working relaxes me. I think it's a problem. Working is very relaxing for me. I fire up Premiere Pro. I know the next 2 hours be uninterrupted bliss of editing.
I think a lot of like therapists would like take a lot of umbrage with what you just said.
Therapists want you to have a shitty life because then you keep coming back to them. That's what I've been thinking about after my first therapy session. That's not to say that there are people who need it. There are people with serious mental conditions. Sure, you need that. But I'm sure there are also people who use therapy like self-help books. It feels good reading a self-help book, right? You feel like you're doing something. You're bettering your life. And you finish a book. What happens? You don't actually do the thing. You just buy another book. It's a real thing. It's a phenomenon in the self-help industry. The self-help industry is a big industry.
Yeah.
And they get you hooked on buying those books. And then 2 years later, you look back, you're like, I read 50 or 100 self-help books, but I'm still where I was before I started reading them. I just know how to make a timetable better. So I have some suspicion that some therapy is like that, but not our sponsors, BetterHelp. BetterHelp is...
Amazing.
BetterHelp is online therapy that avoids all those pitfalls, and I know it because I've used it. So I have used BetterHelp before. We talked about this once, and then I've booked in another session with a different therapist, and it's great. You can do it anywhere in the world, right? I can take a call. Next stop, I'm going to be in Australia again. I will do a session in Australia, in Sydney, I think. And it's good. BetterHelp is online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat only therapy sessions. So you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy. You can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. What do you do when you feel burnt out, Matt? What do? You just go to therapy?
No, I've not done that before.
Not done that before. Maybe you should do that instead of going to Glastonbury. Maybe your Glastonbury is a way of you trying to escape. You know, you have some sort of like psychological disorder they're trying to escape, and you think Glastonbury is the way. But I'm telling you, BetterHelp is better because not only is it licensed professionals counseling you, it only takes 1 hour per session instead of 5 days. So, Matt, you know, listeners of the podcast, and that includes you, Matt, our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/HAIYAA. That's betterhelp.com/HAIYAA. Thank you to our sponsor for this episode, BetterHelp. So go get therapy. Don't get burnt out. I work too much, and maybe with BetterHelp, the eczema wouldn't hit me. And it could work even more. It's better for the longevity of your work, you know. I think most British people need BetterHelp. You guys just suppress too much shit.
Oh, we do suppress.
You let it out when you go on holiday. So, There's that. You know another thing I learned about Japanese people?
What was that?
I learned that Japanese men don't go down on women.
How could you learn that?
Real thing. I have my ways. I do research. It's part of my work. I have to understand a country when I perform there, okay? And the people I talk to, all of them agree with the same thing. They say now they're starting to do it. The younger generation are starting to do it.
I think that's really sad. Why aren't they doing it?
I don't know. It's a patriarchal society there. Yeah. And the thing is, Japanese guys, you eat sea urchin. You eat uni, and you don't eat pussy. Oh, they both taste the same. They really do. And I'm sure dicks taste like that too. So it's not a sex thing, okay? Both genders. So I'm just saying, uni is disgusting. Oh, natto. You guys eat natto, the stinky bean. Natto smells worse than a vagina. Okay? Way worse. I eat vagina, no problem. Not even a wince or a grimace. But I eat natto, I'm like... You go do a Tough Mudder race, go to Glastonbury, go to the gym, come home, and the
Shut
pussy
up.
still tastes better than natto. Okay?
Shut up.
What?
Oh, God.
I'm trying to...
What an image.
I'm just saying, Japanese guys, you gotta start going down on women because you eat way grosser things. Like natto and uni. I feel bad for Japanese women there.
Yeah.
And a lot of them don't shave. You know why? Because if a woman shaves, societally speaking, she's asking for it. She's a little slut.
Really?
She's asking to get laid, you know. That's why a lot of them don't shave. Unless you're like westernized Japanese, and sure, the rules don't apply to you. But traditional Japanese society, women don't shave.
If it's their bodies, why can't they just do what they want with them?
Because not everywhere is the Western world, man.
Wow.
Different countries have different customs, habibi. So not everybody subscribes to our norms. You know, I know we have all our bodily autonomy and freedom, but it's just bizarre to Japanese people. You see someone shaving, you're like, why are you doing that? What are you doing that for? And they're also very innocent, man. A lot of Japanese women are too innocent. They speak English, they sound normal. And I speak Japanese, they suddenly go up a few pitches. Just, arigatou gozaimasu. Meanwhile, in English, you're like, choke me, daddy. Choke me.
Oh
Arigatou gozaimasu. Kimochi. I don't know, it's a weird world out there. I like weird things. It's very different. You know, it takes me out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
I don't even know what's going on. Met some cool people. Went to Okinawa. Went to a beach. It's a beach town.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Went scuba diving. That was great. Here's what made me realize I'm such a micromanager. I micromanage my scuba diving instructor.
Oh my God.
Because we went down to the ocean, right? And then he had a GoPro on. He would take some photos and video and then sell it to us afterwards.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
For a fee, he would film stuff. So we thought, yeah, let's film it. So we paid him the money. And then he went down. And I also know, one, I'm a micromanager, and two, I'm comfortable with scuba diving because I was telling him what to do. We got to the depth of the bottom of that seabed, right?
Yeah.
He was filming us, and then I was telling him, fucking turn the flash on. I was using my hand motion to be like, turn the flash on. I was like opening my palm and closing it. If you're not on video, if you can only listen, I'm opening my palm and closing it really fast, like doing the light.
Probably thought you were having like a seizure down there.
Yeah. Oh no, I need to save the guy. But no, I just tapped his camera and then I went like,
Yeah.
turn the flash on. I think he got a bit annoyed. But I do video stuff. I know what looks good.
He didn't know what hit him.
And it looked better with the light on. I think he forgot. Yeah. And then afterwards, he was okay with it. So that's good. He wasn't annoyed. But that's good. That means I was very comfortable in the ocean.
Yeah. Is that your first time doing scuba?
Yeah. And apparently, you need to do some training first, which I didn't know. They just took us down. They just had 5 minutes beforehand and taught us how to, like, okay, so you breathe like this, you chew on the thing like this, a little pipe like this. If water gets in your glasses, in your goggles, you do this. If your ears feel painful from the pressure, you do this. All good? All good. Then we just went on the boat. And on the boat, they were like, all right, ready? Do you want to do the slow way of going to the ocean, walking in, or do you want to flip off the side of the boat? And then we were like, flip off. I said, okay, here we go. And then our training was essentially, we held onto the side of the boat and I just kicked underwater and practiced how to breathe for like 5 minutes, and then we just went in. But apparently people take like a half-day training. There's a certificate before you go. I talked to my neighbor about my whole experience, right? They were like, oh, did you get a certificate? I'm like, what? What certificate? We just went. We just put on some diving suit that somebody else wore because it was still wet, I remember. What? It was cheap. It was easy. And everything was fine. Nobody died.
Yeah.
You know? We just went. It was a good time. Saw a lot of fish. Okinawa is sweet, man. It's an American army base there.
Oh, okay.
And guess what movie they were showing? Top Gun. Of course it would show Top Gun. It was a great movie, by the way. Go watch it if you haven't. One of my favorite movies, I think the only other movie that made me feel this way in the last few years was Interstellar.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
I love the theme. Tom Cruise still got it, man.
Does all his own stunts.
See, you know, he works. If Tom Cruise were British, I'd be like, nah, that's CGI, mate. Let's just do a CGI in it. Do my own stunts. Are you mad, bruv? Are you mad? Doing my own stunts, bruv. We got CGI in it. I don't know why I don't know why British Tom Cruise is a road, man. If Tom Cruise were British, that wouldn't be Top Gun. They'd just be sitting in the CGI. Nothing was CGI, you know. They actually flew the plane. And I like it. And I use some of the Top Gun principles. I'm not saying the videos I make is Top Gun level. but I like the authenticity, you know? That's why I really hate it when I film cooking videos. I really hate it when people film cooking videos in the studio kitchen. To me, that is the CGI equivalent of cooking. It's like different foods need a different vibe, and then every studio kitchen feels the same. It looks like Jamie Oliver's kitchen, you know, and we all know how good he is at cooking. That's why I always film my videos in different kitchens. And some people say, oh, why do you always film like the pho video, 6 million pho? Thank you for 6 million subscribers, by the way, listeners. I filmed the 6 million pho video at a Little Viet kitchen in a restaurant. It's not open yet. That she's kind of trying to reopen it. But I filmed it in this restaurant in London, in Islington. And then people always say, oh, every Uncle Roger video, I don't think he knows what he's doing because he just always films in other people's kitchens. Why can't you just film it at your own home? It's like, because it's nice at the location to see where authentic Asian food is made, you know? And you never see this on TV. On TV, you watch like Good Morning or Saturday Kitchen. It's just this bland, generic pastel kitchen that's bright and airy, and there's a kitchen island, and the stove is on the island. Yeah. Who does that, by the way? Who puts the hobs on a kitchen island? That's a terrible idea. You want to burn people with the oil? Do you know how cooking works? Oil just splashes everywhere. You're going to have a guest sitting in front of you making bacon and the oil just goes in their face.
Might just be a decorative stove. Do you know what I mean? They don't really cook or anything, so just stick it on the island in the middle.
Yeah, probably that. I know someone, there's a neighbor here who's doing that. I'm like, I hope you know what you're doing because... But
you go into the restaurant, so it adds to the sense of occasion as well. If you're just in your own kitchen, it's like, well, I could do this anytime. Whereas it's special. You're going out, you're meeting a chef.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's nice.
Exactly. Meeting a chef, the location's different, adds some freshness, some originality, something different. And then I love figuring out how to film a location, the best angles, because commercial kitchens aren't built for filming. But then that adds to the authenticity. The same way fighter jets and Top Gun aren't built for filming. You know what they did? They put the cameras in the cockpit, and the actors who flew the planes, they had to press record themselves before they took off. And then just like a camera facing them, then they press record, and then they just flew the plane. So I'm not saying my videos are like Top Gun, but I'm saying there's a bit of the same DNA in there.
Oh my God.
And that DNA is a good work ethic, you know? Which hopefully Matt will learn in like 7 years' time when this podcast is still going. We're going to turn Matt into an alcoholic. Not alcoholic, workaholic, sorry. Oh, maybe both. Become an alcoholic. Everybody you love in your life leaves you, and then you have nothing but work. And that's what I like. Then we are family, man. Now we are family. Families don't go on to Glastonbury without the other family members present, right?
True.
Family don't go on holiday, right, Habibi?